The Women's Business Center. Your first step to success.
Now, Sheri, you were saying you had a business. How long did you have your business?
Let me think. I was involved in the business for around 20 years.
How many businesses?
We had 5 stores here in the valley. Yeah.
Wow. So you really had to, a lot of crying. Those 30 days you were on the beach. That was like,
Yeah, I had a lot to shed.
that was really hard, because I don't know if I could, 5 stores and I'm going and running. I don't know if I could let something like that comfort of my lifestyle just let it go, because I think I'm lost. I mean, is there another way to help women to say, okay, just because, you feel there's ways to help with your marriage, there's ways to help with this business, or there's just times to let it go? I mean, do you do that now for women?
I do. A lot of women come to me because their business isn't producing the kind of income they think it should be. And I encourage women to do that, because we can get so focused on the business that we can't really take an outside perspective of what's really going wrong, and they keep trying to fix something that's really working instead of over here where it's not working. So me coming in as an outside perspective, kind of looking at the overall picture of their business, a lot of times it's just them. We show up in our business and we bring our issues, our problems, everything with us. Women have a hard time separating that. Men, home life, business. They can separate it very easily. Women, we take our family life to work with us and we take our work home with us. It's very hard to distinguish the two. And so a lot of women, when they come to me, it's about the business. But really when we get to talking, it's really about them. They're either unhappy with themselves, they're unhappy in their marriage, they're unhappy just where they are in life, unhappy with, taking care of aging parents. It's something that they're being unfulfilled in their personal life. And so the more that I work with them in their personal life, and they can kind of start taking better care of themselves, nurturing themselves, asking for help, hiring somebody to help them in some of the household issues. And the more they start taking care of themselves, the business shifts. Things just start shifting. Energy, yes. I'm glad you said that. I didn't know if I could talk about energy, but yes, it's exactly that. When we're so depleted of energy and then we go to work with no energy, it slows everything down. But when we can raise our vibration, raise our energy by taking care of ourselves, we show up in a much bigger, better way at work.
And that's true. I think a lot of people say, if you just say good morning, even though you don't feel it, like sometimes I'll wake up exhausted, not sleeping, into work, and the girl at the office of dispatch, she'll say good morning, and I'm like, good morning. It's just a reminder. Yes, it is a good morning. You need to be positive. I think that's one of the things that I love about Giselle, is that she does it every morning on her Facebook.
Yes.
Give something positive, something vibrant, so that it's an encouragement. So,
and that's a choice.
It's a choice.
Yes.
It is a choice.
It is a choice.
On the type of day you want to have, the type of life you want to create for yourself. And it's so interesting for me to know that, in a way, we're coming to the same kind of conclusions. That the ladies that I counsel at the center, at the end of the day, it's about, them, and how to help them with the technical aspect of it. But it's so true.
Sheri, when you say, okay, now it's time for you to get out of your comfort zone, you're basically saying, find yourself. Now that you feel like you have found yourself, what would be your best words of encouragement to the women out there who are watching you today and who have heard your story? What would you say to them?
I'd really encourage them to just pull back. Take 30 minutes, take a half a day to yourself, and just really look at your life. Some women are extremely happy. They don't need to get out of their comfort zone. They had already got out of their comfort zone somewhere back in the past to be where they are today. But there are other women that are very unhappy where they're at. So it's like, take the month at the beach if you can, because you can't see the problem when you're so enmeshed in it. You just can't. You can't see the forest from the trees. But if you take 30 minutes, take a half a day, take a month, whatever you need to really start listening to your heart, and what is calling, what is wanting to be birthed in them. Because I always say women have this desire in their heart, desire in their soul to be something. We all come here with a purpose. And I think a lot of times we're not living our purpose, and that's where that uncomfortableness comes from. And it's there's nothing wrong with it. It's just a nudge. It's just a nudge to go in a different direction. But sometimes we just drown out that with food, Ben and Jerry's, alcohol, sex. When we can drown out that uncomfortableness with so many things, and not really listen to that, and then continually be unhappy.
In a downward spiral.
Yes. And so pulling back to get a different perspective is what will raise them back up to where they were before, or even into a whole new space. But it's that listening to just that calling in our hearts and in our soul that something bigger and better is wanting to be birthed in us.
But also I think that getting out of your comfort zone is allowing yourself for growth, because it's a completely unknown
It is
area and environment, and it's very fruitful, but if you have that feeling, I think you should at least try. And many women come to the center thinking that they want to start a business. And after talking to them, they realize this is not for them. But they were trying to figure out about themselves,
Right.
what is it that they want. And they thought, oh, I want to go business, sounds nice, But they realized that that is not what they want. They probably have to go and get themselves an education or certification or something. But it wasn't a business. So I think it's that the part of making that decision, do I want to grow and get out of my comfort zone, and that was a good opportunity. That's the thing.
And I think it's that fear that holds women back. Fear of, am I making the right decision? Fear of not being financially supported. Fear of going in the wrong job or creating the wrong business. It's that fear of. But I think as women, when we reach out to another woman and say, can I bounce something off? Please listen to me and tell me if I'm crazy or what, but not making those decisions alone. And I think that's why what the Business Centers is doing is such a great idea. For so many women, it's like we were talking about the bright, shiny object syndrome, oh, let me go to college, oh, let me go get this certification, oh, let me do this. But they haven't really listened, And so this isn't fulfilling and this isn't fulfilling, but it's like these bright, shiny things they just keep following, And so for them to come to you and be able to say, this is my idea, what do you think? And you look at their business plan or you help them with it and go, this is not going to work. That's so many headaches and money and time and energy and effort, to be able to do that. I think it's awesome.
Because I believe that's my responsibility.
Yeah.
Because if I can alleviate them from a failure, because I can see it,
Yes.
like right in front of me.
Yes.
But they can't yet. But I have to have that finesse in telling them, I think you should consider this or something. So it's
Plus, we don't want to look at numbers. You help them with numbers. Women are typically not good at numbers.
Yes.
So for you to be able to lay something out financially to look at
I
it.
spent 2 hours. I said, if we're going to look at your financials, plan for 2 hours. And we go into the projections. And the thing is that women have to realize also, businesswomen that want to be in business, how is it that I want to make a financial projection if I don't even know what is the cost of my service or my product, so that I can do the best guesstimate, because a projection is just a guesstimate, right? And understand the whole picture, so that they can know, okay, how much revenue is going to come, but how are you going to sustain that? Do you have the marketing? How many sales, how many calls, how many people are you going to employ in your business to bring that type of revenue? And sometimes businesses, the first thing they cut if they're having problems is marketing. And they cut the source of bringing more revenue. So there's this, but yes, financial projections are tough for a lot of people.
And the training that you'll provide too. I think about the 28 years being in business, and that was all trial and error. We just learned. Nobody taught us how to do that at all. Where nowadays, there's so much training and
there's a lot of options they have, and we still need more, because the valley, for the whole valley, there's not enough people.
It's a different economy.
But we're there.
Yeah, what worked in Dallas isn't going to work in the valley. It's very different down here.
We have to love where we live.
Yes.
So you've got to learn how to